Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ricardo Meade, Director, Co-founder at the Socorro Centre for Wildlife Conservation. Our motto is sustaining biodiversity, preserving the future, preserving your future. June 5th, World Environment Day. And this year, it was a very special World Environment Day as we observed many improvements in our environment as a result of minimal human movement. Biodiversity is really all the things that live within an environment because they all work together to make the environment work. Whether it's a desert region, whether it's the aquatic region deep under the sea, in a river or on a mountaintop, all the animals and life forms together create the biodiversity. And Trinidad and Tobago is really special. We are considered a biodiversity hotspot. We are home to several endangered species of animals. One of the first ones that come to mind are turtles. Then we have the ocelot. Our ocelot is supposed to be special. We also have the amazing pawi. It's endemic. Do you know what that means? The only place in the entire world that you can find the pawi is right here in Trinidad. And not even throughout Trinidad. In the south, no more pawi. They have been killed out and cleared out. So we must guard them and we must protect them carefully. We also have the golden tree frog. So we have some amazing animals right here in Trinidad and Tobago found nowhere else in the world. With our amazing biodiversity on this small island and no way for them to be replenished other than for the stocks that we have here to breed and reproduce, our animals are under threat. Our biodiversity is under serious threat. So what causes this threat? First of all, there is hunting. A very serious problem because we can directly see when an animal is killed and brought out of the forest. And it's not just hunting, it's something called poaching. When hunting goes on outside of the established and proper period, it's called poaching. That is illegal. Then there is habitat loss. If the animals have no place to live, if the animals have no place to eat or find food, they will eventually die. So habitat loss is something serious. And a great driver of this is our need to have our own homes and have more space and have more malls and more roads and shopping centers, as well as a very, very terrible act of setting bushfires. And they're not often always deliberately set, but by tossing that single cigarette butt out of the car along the highway, it can start a tremendous fire that can cause serious problems for our wildlife. So that is habitat loss. And lastly, a very, very serious problem is the illegal wildlife trade. That not only devastates animals right here in Trinidad and Tobago, but also in the region. Look how many animals are brought into the country for you to have pets. So how do we deal with this? By saying no. No to having monkeys as pets. No to having these parrots that are brought in, caught, because their homes have to be destroyed, their parents sometimes killed, so you don't have that cute, cuddly animal. The Socorro Centre for Wildlife Conservation is a wildlife rehabilitation centre whose aim it is to conserve wildlife through rehabilitation, propagation and education. Most of our time is spent educating people. We can't move around the country beating enough people to do the right thing, but by educating one or two or three, they can educate 4, 5, 6, and eventually everybody in Trinidad and Tobago will learn and understand the concept of wildlife conservation and the need for conservation. What we also do is something called propagation. Propagation is very simple. Through human intervention, we can raise the numbers of wildlife. We have done so much harm to our animals, and now so many animals are endangered. We need to do our best to protect them.